why it's important that immigrants are able to get driver's licenses. As you, Victor and Vilma know, not every state is actually doing this right now, right? A lot of states are still not legalizing immigrants to be able to have driver's licenses. And there's a lot of debate about why not, what are the pros, what are the cons. But why don't we start with Vilma this time? Vilma, from your perspective, why should immigrants be allowed to have driver's license?
Well, coming from an immigrant family, having a driver's license is like the way how you identify yourself, right? I say that it's important because it gives the opportunities for immigrants to go to work, get their kids to school, go to doctor's appointment. It's a way for them to be more free in doing certain things in their life. Yeah.
Well, it also helps them be more responsible,
exactly,
right?
yes.
I mean, they can get to their appointments on time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't have to face as many transportation barriers. And as a social worker, one of the biggest reasons why my clients often don't come, Victor, is because they often don't have transportation. They often don't have a way to get there. And many times they have to ask a friend. I've even had clients that would tell me, can I send my son, who's like 12 years old, can I send him in a taxi? And I'm like, no. I can't do that. He's underage, first of all, and I'm not going to send him home in a taxi either, right?
Yeah.
Victor, from your perspective, what are the benefits to allowing immigrants to have driver's licenses?
Yeah, Dany. I think it just brings peace of mind, right? It makes them feel a little more secure, more peaceful in terms of, believe it or not, and it's no secret, there's a lot of, because of their situation and our transportation barrier, that they have to drive either way, right, with the license or no license. So now thinking about that, having the ability to have a license, it brings them peace of mind. Oh, I can drive right next to a cop without feeling uncomfortable, without feeling nervous. So now...
Without hiding the drugs under my seat.
Exactly. So,
oh, man, I can't eat cereal and drink coffee at the same time? Man, this is abuse. Okay, well, what else? What do you think?
Yeah, well... I also, me working in the bank, right? Mm-hmm. Not having a driver's license, for certain banks, it can be an issue, right? We require a federal state ID, and most of them just say, hey, I only have a passport. Well, listen, I'm sorry, one of the regulations is that we need 2 forms of IDs. So if you don't have another one, then I'm sorry. So now them having, a federal state ID, which is such as the driver's license, is just adds more value to that. And it's just another way of them having peace of mind.
I mean, a lot of people try to bring that I see you guys, that ID chueco, but you can't do that, right? That's illegal. And I think from my perspective, it promotes safer streets.
Yes.
More people drive safe. Mm-hmm. If there is an accident, people are less likely to drive away because they won't be scared that they don't have a driver's license, that they won't get in legal trouble, that they don't have insurance and so forth. We'll also be able to provide more financially to our city when there are more drivers on the road, not overcrowded, but I mean in the sense of legally, right? Because there's going to be drivers regardless whether or not they have a driver's license. But when we can license more drivers out there, they're more likely to buy new cars. They're more likely to invest in the economy and not be afraid that they're going to have their car taken away because of the lack of driver's license. That also promotes not just safer roads, but also safer families. One of the things that I was thinking about is when you have to get your driver's license, you have to do a test. It's not you don't just walk in and say, all right, I got this. I mean, there's a driving test, but there's also a written test, right? There's a questionnaire that you have to answer. And a lot of the families, like I was saying earlier, many of them are facing battles with getting their kids to appointments, getting their kids to school. Going to work is a big one. And often a lot of people spend more money on public transportation than they would if they just had a car. And as you guys know, many families end up sharing vehicles, yeah? And so have you guys met or have you guys been able to benefit from this new law that came into place?
So personally, no, but I have a lot of clients. Today in the morning, actually, before coming here, I had a client who was super happy. He's like, I'm finally going to be able to get a driver's license. I'm finally going to get my kids to school on time. I'm finally going to get to work on time. So just seeing that emotion, it's like, wow, like this makes such a huge difference to those who, for example, like people who actually have it might think, well, it's just a simple card. No, it's not a simple card.
Right.
For someone who actually needs it and wants it, it's like they're everything. So personally, like family-wise, we have not experienced it, but just seeing my clients so happy to know that this law has passed, it's so touching and heartwarming for me. So it's amazing.
Yeah, no, I agree. And Victor, how about you? What are the impacts that you're seeing that this new law coming into place has had in the community, or maybe near people that are near you, like family and friends?
Yeah, I would share the same thought along with Mimi. Like I have a very close friend, and he's been living here for a long time. He's been going to school with me, right? And now he now has a family, but because of him having a family, he has been driving to work without a license, just per se. But now, as soon as the law passed, he came, he visited us. We worked on the documentation that he needs, and not too long ago, he gave me a call. He's like, "Hey, Victor, guess what?" I'm like, "Hey," I'm like, "Not again." And then,
Yes.
and then he's like, "Well, I just passed my exam." And I'm like, "Wow, congratulations!" And the smile, I over the phone, I can already see it in his face. So it definitely adds a lot of value and joy.
Yeah, no, I think it adds a lot of joy, definitely, and a lot of peace. Right, it reduces anxiety on the road. I mean, when I think of the factors that contribute to a lot of accidents, it's anxiety, it's stress, right? I mean, it's already stressful enough to be stuck in traffic.
Correct.
How much more when there's like 2 police officers behind you,
Oh my God.
right? How much more when your kids aren't putting on their seatbelts, or blah blah blah, right? Fill in the blank. Or oh my gosh, I have insurance to somebody else's name because it's cheaper and this, and like your mind races a million miles an hour, all because you're driving without a license. And I think if immigrants can go out there, guys, and get their driver's license, how much more those that are already eligible to get their driver's license? I want to encourage all of you guys that are watching, go get your license, go impact your community, go invest in safety around you. Let's reduce the amount of people that are getting into car crashes, that are driving drunk, that are driving without these licenses, that are even hurting kids that are playing on the road sometimes, or even or just getting into really sketchy situations. And I think it's also going to promote more Lyft drivers, more Uber drivers, and hopefully, and if we can see those promises that they've been saying about putting electric vehicles on the road, we'll probably even be able to reduce those carbon emissions that are being let out into our atmosphere. Do you guys want to say anything else about this new law that's coming in?
No, just like I said, like you said, sorry. If you have the opportunity to do it, go do it. Now is the chance, take advantage of it, because right now we have it, tomorrow we don't know. So if you have the ability to go, do not lose this opportunity, because a lot of people been waiting for this moment, and it's finally here.
Right, it's definitely here. How about you, man? Anything else you want to say before we wrap up with this segment?
I just want to encourage all of you guys, same thing. You that have the ability to do it, right? Go ahead, do it. Just to let you guys know, there's a waiting list, because our Spanish community are people that are not able to do it now can. They are on a waiting list, ready to get their driver's license. So go for it. It's a way to keep our community safe, and let's be part of it all together.
That's right, and I think it's going to be really important to see a lot of you guys out there. And like I said, soon I will have a license, and I will be able. If it's crazy already, it's going to get a lot crazier once Dany's on the road. Guys, make sure that you're not driving next to me, because I drive really fast, I drive really crazy, and I'm going to tie my white cane to the windshield wipers, so I could be like swiping it on the road, and make sure that I don't hit you guys. So be careful and drive by faith and not by sight.